Full time in Baku. Chelsea 4, Arsenal 1. I feel desperately sorry for the fans who did make the journey to Baku, be that from England or be it from elsewhere. You know, a lot of supporters who go all over Europe to watch this team play. And some supporters who haven't really been to a major final before, who only got tickets because others couldn't make it. They all deserved better than what they got tonight. A dreadful result and a really bad night for this football club. And that's sort of all I can think about really in the post-match. I mean, we'll go through the game in a minute, but I'm left thinking about the consequences of the game. The fact that we won't have Champions League football for a third consecutive year. You know, I think we've sort of been kidding ourselves that we're a Champions League club on hiatus. But after 3 years, are you not just a Europa League team? We feel like a Europa League team and we look like a Europa League team. And we don't have access to the money to make ourselves a Champions League club again in a hurry. Well, we do actually. We do via Stan Kroenke, but I think we're all well aware that he's not going to be investing that money anytime soon. And I think, you know, tonight was almost a shot at, yes, a bit of redemption after what happened in the league season, but also a shot at a chance to reboot this club, to get some money in, to increase our budget, increase our stature. We haven't done that. And now it feels like we're caught in a bit of a negative cycle. You know, we spend Europa League money, we end up in the Europa League. And it shouldn't have been like this season. Let's be absolutely... Where's that phone going? Don't know where that is. Oh, it's in my pocket. There you go. It shouldn't have been like that this season. We should have finished in the top 4. We should have won... Well, not we should have won the Europa League, but we had a chance to win the Europa League. But we absolutely should have finished in the top 4, given the circumstances. The worrying thing there is I think that opportunity was always more about the failures of other teams, really, than the success of our own. You know, Chelsea had a disastrous period of the season where Sarri was on the brink. They've come back, reached 2 finals, won a piece of silverware and finished 3rd. United had some appalling points in the season. You know, think of them under Mourinho and then think of them latterly under Solskjaer. That's what granted us the chance to finish top 4, and yet we could not take that chance. Absolutely maddening. I think I probably am not the only Arsenal fan thinking we might as well kind of blow it all up and start again, invest in the younger players, invest in the academy products. You know, if they get us back into the top 4 in a couple of years' time, so be it. If not, maybe they'll develop sufficiently that we can use them to generate revenue that in turn pushes us on to be back like a top 4 team. I feel like that in the moment. I suspect that's probably a bit rash. You know, we still have players like Lacazette, like Aubameyang, who are kind of just about, you know, in the prime of their career. And we should really be doing all we can to try and give them the platform to take us back into the top 4, because every year we spend out of it costs us in every respect. I think a lot of focus is going to be on the manager after tonight, and I think rightly so. I think had he won, it would have covered up some of the problems in our league campaign, particularly in the way we finished it. He hasn't, and I think it will inevitably prompt a real examination of his credentials. Personally, I still would stick with him. You know, I've read a lot of people saying get Allegri. I don't think we could get Allegri. I don't know if there's a clearly elite manager who would want to come to Arsenal right now. And I feel like Emery is a guy who could get us back into the top 4 if he has the right tools at his disposal. It's difficult, but I think it'd be difficult for anybody. So I'm marginally on the fence of, you know, to give him another season. I always thought of this as a 2-year project. Nothing has really changed that for me. Yes, I'm not convinced about it at the halfway stage, but it's the halfway stage, and I think I would be inclined to see that through before making a decision. I think my mind is made up about a lot of the players. I just think we're reaching the end of a cycle. There are guys here who need replacing in terms of their age. Some of them we really like, people like Monreal and Koscielny. I think, the substitution of Mesut Ozil for Joe Willock felt very pointed, didn't it? And I think the club made it pretty clear before the January transfer window they wanted him to go. They couldn't do it. I felt like that substitution was Emery saying the same thing. And I really hope they can find a way for it to come to a close. I mean, I've taken a lot of stick for my stance on Ozil this season, but my stance has basically always been he needs to go for us to move on. Given the restrictions on our resources, we just can't afford to keep him. And not playing like this. If he was playing at anything like the level we kind of think he should be, then sure, but he's not. He's not contributing, really. He's fine. He's largely fine, and that's not enough for the amount of money that he's taken up. Good luck to Ralston and Edu in terms of finding a buyer there. I think that'll be tough. There are other players, There's no one really who I'm that desperate to keep apart from the strikers and some of the younger prospects. In terms of the game today, I would have gone with 4 at the back and the diamond. I said that before the game. He went with the 3. I can understand it. And had, say, Kolasinac had more of a final ball in the first half, we might have taken the lead, and who knows where it had gone from there. In terms of the goals we conceded, Ainsley Maitland-Niles had a superb first half, but a bit of a calamitous second one. Thought he didn't get out to Emerson quick enough. On the first goal, Giroud had got across Koscielny too easily. On the second, I thought Monreal was sort of caught in two minds, didn't close Pedro down, but when you watch the replays back, all the defenders stepped across because Maitland-Niles, in fairness to him, appeared to have been fouled right on the halfway line, was caught out of position. We just didn't recover our positions well enough from that point. The penalty and Maitland-Niles foul. And then, of course, it was a very good break with Giroud and Hazard combining. The inevitability of Giroud scoring was sort of there, wasn't it, all along. I wouldn't really blame the goalkeeper for any of the 4 goals. It's funny, isn't it? We spent so much time sort of obsessing and wondering about which goalkeeper we were going to play. Kind of forgot that there are 10 outfield players out there that we needed to perform, and they didn't. They didn't for the most part. Chelsea's attacking players, Giroud, Hazard, Pedro, they came to the fore. Aubameyang and Lacazette were very quiet. Ozil was very quiet. I think Granit Xhaka was maybe our best player. Kolasinac looked awkward in possession in the final third. I lost a bit of patience with Kolasinac tonight in terms of, technically the level that he's at. If you're going to build your game plan around a guy getting to the byline and crossing, I think his crossing needs to be more accurate, more decisive than it is. Alex Iwobi came on and looked good, scored a brilliant goal that will be forgotten. Joe Willock came on and I thought looked good, very nearly scored a goal. I mean, that is the one positive I'm sort of almost getting to out of tonight, that I like our academy product players, and I think there's something of a core there to build around for the future. But it does feel like we're talking about the future now. Emery always felt like a short-term hire to try and get us back into the Champions League quickly, and he's got next season to do that in all likelihood. I sincerely doubt that anyone's going to try and move him on. I don't think the owner or the head of football are inclined to do that. But if that doesn't work, it will then be 4 years in the Europa League, and at that point I think we go, we need a brand new project, and that might need a brand new manager. It might mean investing in the youth. It might mean accepting that it might be another few years before we get back into the Champions League. Because at the moment it just feels like we are, caught in a bit of a trap, really. Playing in a competition we don't want to be in, trying to get into one that we can't win. Ooh, no fun, is it? Right, we're doing an Arscast Extra tomorrow. Not going to be a goodly morning, but we'll do our best, so tune into that. Thanks for watching these all season long, guys. It's really been nice chatting to you, and I love all the comments and the feedback. It means an enormous amount. I'm sorry we didn't get the result for you guys. Really, I would have loved to share that win with you. But the good thing about football is there is always something around the corner. Saturday is around the corner. Let's not talk about it. Let's not even talk about it. Okay. Bye.